Hello and welcome to another Vlogmas video from me, Lauren, from Lauren and the Books. It's one of those nights where I'm in from work, my makeup's come off, I'm not wearing a Christmas jumper, but I am in a roll neck. David has been wearing a lot of roll necks recently, but he's calling them Rolo necks. And he also said to me in a serious conversation, I don't think I'm going to wear a Christmas jumper this year. I think I'm just going to wear my Rolo necks. So here I am in a roll neck, or a Rolo neck as David calls them. Today's video is the Vlogmas at the moment video. Am I gonna have to take my glasses off because they're so glary? Yes, I think I am. At the moment video is something that happens throughout the year where I just sort of check in with the last book, film, TV programme, music I've been listening to, etc, etc. It's just a way of sort of getting a few more recommendations and to getting a bit more chat going, because these things, although I might enjoy them, they're not always my favourite things, so sometimes they don't get mentioned in the favourites video. So this is Vlogmas at the moment, and the first thing I'm going to start with is the book that I'm reading at the moment. Now I've actually got two books on the go at the moment. The first one I am physically reading with my eyes, and that's Let It Snow, which is 3 short holiday romance novellas, never say holiday, by John Green, Maureen Johnson and Lauren Miracle. This is a super shiny front cover. I picked this up. I've read this before, not this edition. I had a blue front cover. I don't know where it's gone. I think I lent it to my sister and never got it back. Story of my life. And then I saw this second hand and it was in absolutely wonderful nick. I've scuffed it up a bit now because when I blow dry my hair I was like trying to push it down. But I watched the Netflix adaptation of Let It Snow, which is basically 3 interlocking Christmassy stories, all based around somewhere called the Waffle House, in a place called Gracetown in the US, and it has sort of like, it's very YA, romance, friendship, etc, etc, and they've adapted this for Netflix. David and I watched it sort of halfway through November, loved it, and I had read the book before, but many years ago, and thought, oh, I'm going to revisit that, so I have revisited it, and I'm enjoying it. Now, I will say is that the Netflix series, what they've done is they've sort of taken aspects of certain characters and made characters from this, so you won't get exactly cardboard cut out copies of the people in the adaptation, in the film I'm going to say, rather than the adaptation, because it's not bloody Austin. But yeah, really I'm enjoying this. I'm on the last story now, which is called The Patron Saint of Pigs, and I think I've got about 100 pages left of that, so maybe I'll finish that tonight. And then I'm listening to the audiobook of Christmas Days by Jeanette Winterson, and this is 12 stories and 12 feasts for 12 days. So Jeanette Winterson has written 12 short stories and interspersed them, so because I'm listening to this every so often, and look, it's got a little Christmas tag in there, the Christmasiest book of all time. Every so often, whenever I move the tag to where I am on the audiobook. So it's got a short story followed by sort of small memoir piece of Jeanette Winterson talking about Christmases in her past and a recipe associated with one of those Christmases. So we've had things like when she used to spend Christmas with Ruth Rendell and Ruth Rendell's Red Cabbage. She's talking about a Christmas she spent at the Shakespeare & Co. book shop in Paris, and the chicken dumplings they ate that day. And yeah, it's just, I just really love it, and it's becoming a part of and I'm getting deja vu because I've said this before. When have I said this before? Oh, in the Christmas Carol tag. So sorry guys if you've already watched that, you're gonna have to hear me talk about this again. It's becoming a ritual of mine to listen to this on the run up to Christmas. I'll start on the 1st of December and then just sort of like listen to a short story or a little bit every day, maybe one extra if I'm feeling a bit excited. And yeah, these stories are becoming familiar with me, which is something I love about Christmas so much, is the familiarity of it. So I'm very much becoming familiar with this book and enjoying it very much. And the audiobook is fantastic, it's really good. The last film I watched was Bridget Jones's Diary. On Saturday, David took his mum to Bluewater, which is a shopping centre near where, it's not near where we live, but it's like the biggest shopping centre near us. And he went shopping, and while I did that, I was doing a bit of crafting, which is about to be mentioned a bit further. And I watched Bridget Jones's Diary. I said to Cara, who I share an office with, I haven't watched Bridget Jones's Diary in ages, I might watch it this weekend, and I did. And it isn't a Christmas film, however, it starts at Christmas and finishes at Christmas, and it's just quite feel good, and I just really love it. I really think it's great. I've also mentioned this recently because in the Christmas Carol tag, you were talking. One of the questions of on the Christmas Carol tag was, what's your favourite adaptation? And I would be lying if I said it was anything other than Bridget Jones's Diary, because I really love it. I think Renée Zellweger does a fantastic portrayal of Bridget. and I love it. And Hugh Grant is just the perfect Daniel Cleaver, like so fit but such a dick. And I really, really enjoyed watching it, and it was lovely. And David come back and watched the last sort of half hour with me, and I just really enjoy it. I really enjoy it. It's one of my favourite films. Fantastic. The last TV I watched, so last night David and I watched last week's episode of The Apprentice, tomorrow's episode of The Apprentice. I'm filming this on Tuesday, it goes up on Wednesday, so tonight The Apprentice, we've got to the interview stage, which is always a pretty intense episode. So last week they had to make a perfume and market it. They made some terrible decisions with those perfumes, they really did. But I've been very into The Apprentice this year, and we'll be sad when it's over, because I'm a Celebrity's over now, so David and I have got upwards of 60 to 90 minutes free of an evening, so we have to actually talk to each other now. Only joking, we talk to each other all the time. Most music that I've been listening to at the moment, I mean, obviously I've been listening to Christmas music. In November I talked about how I'd been listening to Heart Extra, the online radio station, which is all Christmas songs. Magic have also got one of those. Well, I've continued to listen to Christmas songs, but I thought I would share with you, because this is the same answer as last time, but I thought I'd share with you one of my favourite Christmas songs this year, which is actually a song that I hated when I was younger, and when it used to come on I used to be like, oh no, it used to make me feel all funny. But I love 2,000 Miles by the Pretenders. I feel it's so Christmassy. I love her voice. I just think it's fantastic. So that's a little bonus extra, because you already knew the answer to my question was last month's answer. What podcast have I been listening to? And this is another podcast. This is a podcast that I've mentioned before, but I've literally just stopped listening to an episode of The Archers. I'm really doing well with keeping up to date with The Archers, because I love The Archers and I love Christmas, but last year I was listening to so many different podcasts, I got really left behind on The Archers and Christmas. So when it got to the new year, I was like, oh, how am I going to catch up with all of this? And I skipped like 4 Omnibus episodes, so 4 weeks basically, and missed the whole of The Archers Christmas last year. So I'm really very much in it. There's all sorts going on. Jim Lloyd is doing a Christmas ghost story reading at Lower Loxley, and Linda Snell's just agreed to sort of direct it. The Grundys are doing Christmas Wonderland, or it's not called Christmas Wonderland, it's called something else. Oh, it's all happening. And I just think if you're looking for something to get into, and I've never been into soaps, I've never watched soaps. I watched Hollyoaks when I was a student, but I've never really been into soaps. But since the first time I went to visit Simon and Chris, so when was that? That was like January, probably about 4 years ago. I've been listening to the Archers ever since then, and it does start, because you don't know who anyone is and you have to get used to it, but even now I'm meeting people I've not met before, but it brings me so much joy, and it really is like a little oasis of joy to listen to the Archers either on the way to work or on the way home from work, and I'm very invested in all their lives, and I really love it. So if you're looking for something to get into, plus you want it to be Christmassy, The Archers is really Christmassy at the moment. There's so much Christmas stuff going on, and yeah, it's going to take you a few weeks to get used to it, but I really would recommend it. It's really fun, and you can get the daily episodes on the podcast, whatever podcast app you use. But that was just getting a bit too much for me, so now I get the Omnibus, which is the same amount, but it's in one big chunk rather than little episodes of small mini episodes of each individual episode. So yeah, I really would recommend it. I really love it. If you listen to The Archers, let me know how long you've been listening to it for, because I'm sure there's been people who've been listening to it forever. Like David's dad, he's been listening to something like, oh shit, you know, about 50 years. He's really been listening to it for ages. What have I been doing online? So the last sort of online session I can sort of remember, obviously I've been doing Vlogmas, like constantly editing, doing my thumbnails, blah blah, but the last thing I did, I hosted a Christmas craft day on Sunday, where we made felt crafts, and one of the things that I spent a lot of time doing was looking on Pinterest at crafts to make, and in the end I discovered these, which I didn't even need Pinterest for, because this is David in a Christmas hat out of a cracker, with his ginger beard and his lovely curly locks, and this is me with a Christmas crown out of a cracker with my pink, what looks like an old lady sort of thing. I think I look like the Queen, like that's supposed to be a cracker hat, but I also made like a little robin. These are all made out of felt and like stuffed with little googly eyes and things. I made this little tree. This is my favourite thing I probably made. It's just so cute. Look at him, look at his little face. Made a little tree. And I looked for all of these. This was a, this is not one of my best ones. This is a penguin, but I did it to see what it would look like if I glued it. I made a little Brussels sprout with a little party hat on. I made a candy cane. So yeah, so those are all the things. David made Mickey Mouse with a little Santa beard and a hat. Isn't he clever? He wasn't going to make anything and he did, and I'm so proud of him and pleased for him that he did it. So yeah, so online was a lot of, I've got out of focus where I've been showing you so much exciting stuff. I mean, I could probably put these on another time, couldn't I? Let's not do it right now. It does look a bit sad in the background there, that little twig tree. Give me 2 seconds. Done. So yeah, online, that's what I've been doing, looking for crafts. What have I been watching on YouTube? So I will say there's a certain category of video that I've been watching a lot of, but one that I've watched today, like the last video I watched, I've been watching so many Christmas gift guides. If you have put a Christmas gift guide up, I've watched it and I've really loved it because I love getting ideas for things to buy people, but I also like getting ideas for me. And the most recent Christmas gift guide I watched was the Sorted Food Christmas gift guide. So it's like Sorted Food is a food tube channel, which is run by 5 guys in London. Not 5 guys, 5 men, and 2 of them are chefs and the other 3 are what they describe as normals. Yeah, I really enjoy their channel. They have a whole range of things from like meaty dishes to vegetarian to vegan. Like they've got a whole range of stuff. They're really good personalities, and yeah, I really enjoy their channel. And the video I watched today was them talking about foodie gift ideas. I hate the word foodie. I'm such a foodie. Like, I really, really hate that word foodie. If there was a room 101, I don't hate many things, but the word foodie, I really don't like. Yeah, so they've been doing some foodie gift ideas, from like really little small stocking filler things to bigger items and bigger gifts, and I really enjoyed watching it because a lot of the gift guides I've been watching have been books, and which I love obviously, but it was nice to watch a foodie one. Stop so foodie. So yeah, so those are the things that I've been up to at the moment. Let me know what you've been up to at the moment. Let me know how your Christmas period, the run up to Christmas, is going. It's the 11th today, isn't it? We're almost halfway to Christmas. That's fantastic, isn't it? Exciting. And yeah, I'll see you all again soon for another Vlogmas video.